The return of my Coin Lady channel brings me much joy. A report by the Ripple cryptocurrency news outlet, the co-founder's endorsement of Harris for president is blasphemous. Chris Larsen, a real billionaire and co-founder, is, of course, the topic of conversation. Furthermore, there is no lack of viewpoints on this matter. I will share mine with you. However, there is some information that I respectfully disagree with, such as claims that he would never do this unless it proved that SEC was suing Ripple. An inside job was actually responsible for it, which is a fascinating conspiracy in and of itself. There are others who think this proves Ripple is anti-crypto, which is a really interesting development. Plus, it's completely unexpected, so it's catching people off guard. His ability to pull this off is astounding. It seems strange that, crypto is under attack from the top down, with the present administration, and that there is nothing we can do about it. Instead, we are all facing a heavenly inferno. He must be kidding. Ripple has, of all, been the target of much of this administration foolishness. In what way could Chris Larsen possibly support Kamala Harris for president in this campaign? Sure, we'll dissect it, and there's a lot to discuss. Before we continue, I want to make something very clear. I am not a financial expert and I am not providing any kind of financial advice. No matter what I say or do, you shouldn't buy or sell anything. Making movies on YouTube regarding cryptocurrency is something I like doing for fun and as a pastime. I'm just an enthusiast. To be clear, I couldn't care less if you were planning to vote for the left or the right. Keep out of here any political talk. In an effort to keep this discussion focused and appropriate, I will limit my comments to addressing certain claims and what I perceive as flawed reasoning that has led to criticism of Ripple and Chris Larsen in particular. I don't know if some of you are aware, but Chris Larsen has always been openly politically left-wing. To show you that this shouldn't be too surprising, I'll provide some examples here at the table that predate his role as a co-founder of Ripple Friends. This is due to the fact that Chris Larsen, co-founder of Ripple, is a Democrat. Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign received donations from the following billionaires, according to a Forbes article. This takes place in February of 2021, following the announcement of the results. One of the contributors was Chris Larsen, who has a net worth of $2.9 billion and has contributed $50,000 in cryptocurrencies. This isn't his first time doing this, as you can see if you scroll down this page. There was absolutely no insider involvement at all. Actually, that's not why Chris Larsen acted the way he did. He's casting his vote in support of his position. Because his voting preferences are consistent with his true worldview, he intends to cast them in that manner. All signs indicate that this is the case. Moreover, this should not surprise us. Posting from this year at San Francisco State University. Plus, I will skip over most of it. Although it's unnecessary, it isn't too long either. One example is Chris Larsen's website, which has dedicated over $120 million to combating climate change via the Lam Larsen Climate Change Foundation. That's something he feels very strongly about. This controversy occurred in early 2022. Here's a headline from CoinDesk, if you recall. Bitcoin enthusiasts laugh off Larsen's $5 million effort to have Bitcoin's code changed. Considering that Bitcoin uses a lot of power, I don't think this campaign will succeed, Chris Larsen, but it has raised $5 million to modify Bitcoin's fundamental code to make it less power-hungry. According to him, it's bad for the planet. It makes no difference to me what you think about that. This video is not going to address it. I'm merely attempting to win you over. Plus, you can find far more evidence than this all over the web. These are only a few of examples that show he has always been inclined in this direction. Nothing fresh has been added. If you find this strange, know that he is simply voting in a way that reflects his ideological views. The headline is as follows. I will explain some of this and give you some more reasons and evidence that this is not a reflection poorly on Ripple as a business. This is the new headline, so to reiterate. An important official at Ripple, the company behind the XRP cryptocurrency, has signed a letter endorsing Harris for president. Harris is a co-founder of Ripple. What can I say? They're still using the Cointelegraph, folks. The Cointelegraph is full of deceit. Additional ripples generated subsequent to XRP. I mean, come on, they're lying in 2024? They must know better than to do so. Basically, it protects my gears. Yes, my gear. Irrespective is one of the signatories of a letter that endorses Kamala Harris for president. One of Ripple's co-founders and current executive chairman, Chris Larson, has endorsed Harris for president in a letter he signed. On September 6, CNBC reported that 88 American business leaders had signed a letter. The list of notable signatories included Aaron Levy CEO, Jeremy Stoppelman, Snap chairman Michael Linton, and James Murdoch, who had previously served as CEO of 21st Century Fox and Box, respectively. Gene Sperling, a former member of the Ripple board, departed the White House in early August to become a member of Kamala Harris's presidential campaign for 2024. As of publication, Cointelegraph had not heard back from Ripple regarding the endorsement after contacting them for comment. Alright, so this is what I wrote when I heard the news first thing in the morning. Yes, sorry to see it. Chris Larson, co-founder of Ripple, has decided to back Kamala Harris. I didn't anticipate that voters would be so focused on a particular subject, but looks like he's ready to put up with more crypto. Attacks from the Biden administration under Harris's watch. I clearly disagree with the current administration's stance on cryptocurrency, but it is understandable that it is unpleasant. It won't be any different, in my opinion, even if Harris is elected. Still, I get it if you don't vote based on a single problem. I know I've said it before, because voting based on a single issue isn't always easy unless it's your number one priority. I tell you what, I really, truly mean it. Therefore, I have asked everybody who plans to vote for Harris, why? As long as you are aware that you are voting against your own financial interests in cryptocurrency, and that you are essentially shooting yourself in the foot by doing so, I can understand and even respect your decision if everything else is that important to you. Also, if you're a conservative planning to vote for Trump, I have something to say to you. Try to imagine what it would be like to be in their position. Envision a world where the tables were turned. For the simple reason that, in actuality, the Democratic Party comprises virtually all members of Congress. The manner they cast their ballots proves this to be true. Crypto is opposed by nearly all of them. Then again, nearly every Republican is in favor of cryptocurrency, isn't that right? And the results of the vote speak for themselves. You can provide evidence because it is not an opinion, it is fact. It is what it is. Now picture us on the other side. Picture this, the Republicans were fully opposed to cryptocurrency, but the Democrats were strongly in favor of it. Think about how seriously you take crypto as a policy issue if you're leaning toward the conservative side of the aisle. Envision yourself voting against your own self-interest, knowing full well that you will be doing so. In this situation, however, voting for the pro-crypto party, the Democrats, would be voting against everything of your beliefs. Is that something you could handle? And that's totally okay if some of you would respond positively. Some voters will only care about one topic. I get the impression it might not be true for the majority of individuals. Whatever you think is right, do it anyhow. I'm not trying to tell you any different. Seeing my video is an honor. Bye for now, and please subscribe and like my channel.